afternoon YouTube, Xfile2708 back again with another recent watches video. Probably, I don't know, just over a week I think since my last one, so trying to keep on top of these now where I can. So since my last recent watches I have watched 9 more movies, 8 of which I've got here on physical media to show you. And I've clicked my iPad off already. What a start. Here we go. Yeah, why do they put the button where I rest my hand when I'm holding the iPad? Very inconvenient. 8 on physical media, 1 on Fire Stick Plus. So straight in with it, guys. Get through these as quick as we can. You know me, I like to show you the physical media, give you a synopsis, and then read you the review that I've posted on my letterbox for it. So first up, guys, this is a movie from 2007, creature feature, definitely one of the better creature features out there, Rogue. So there we go, that's that one there. And the synopsis for this one, guys. When a group of tourists, I nearly said terrorists then, jeepers, one of those days. I've been awake since about 6 o'clock this morning, so I do apologise. When a group of tourists stumble into the remote Australian river territory of an enormous crocodile, the deadly creature traps them on a tiny mud island, with the tide quickly rising and darkness descending. As the hungry predator closes in, they must fight for survival against all the odds. Now, my review for this one, guys. Second time watching this one, but hadn't seen it in several years. Great creature feature, basically the equivalent of Jaws in the crocodile world. Not a bad cast, mostly irritating as you'd expect, but thankfully in this type of movie they don't normally last to the end. Was awesome to see John Jarratt, star of Wolf Creek, in this one, even if he was a geeky looking Aussie tourist with his tourist's hat, knee-length khaki shorts, spectacles and a Magnum PI style moustache. So very different to his character in Wolf Creek. Yeah, very much a night and day difference between his Wolf Creek psychopath serial killer character and this one. Great use of CGI for the big ass crocodile in this one, and tension from start to finish. Highly recommended as one of the much better creature features out there. And I rated that one, guys, 3.5 out of 5. So was a good start to I nearly said the weekly watches, but it almost was a good start to the week itself. So that was the first one. Next up, now this was a very long overdue first time watch. Heard nothing but good things about it from people, certainly in the year and a half that I've been doing movie related videos here on YouTube. So everybody in the community that's mentioned it to me has said, Marcus, that's right up your street. That film is so politically incorrect, you're going to love it. And I did. And that film, guys, from 1974 was the absolutely fucking brilliant Blazing Saddles. I don't apologise for my French there. I absolutely loved this one. I was howling from the off. Can't believe I've slept on this one for so long. So definitely one. I think the 4K for this one you can get, I think, $19.99. So definitely one that was right up my street, and one I can't wait to rewatch again and on 4K. So Mel Brooks's Blazing Saddles from 1974. So, like I say, late to the party on this one, so I probably don't need to read the synopsis for most of you, but if there is anyone out there that, like myself, hadn't or hasn't watched it as yet, here's a brief synopsis. A town where everybody seems to be named Johnson stands in the way of the railroad. In order to grab their land, robber Baron Headley Lamar sends his henchmen to make life in the town unbearable. After the sheriff is killed, the town demands a new sheriff from the governor. So Headley convinces him to send the town the first black sheriff. Black? You can't say that! If anybody watches Blot Outdoors on YouTube, yeah, and any time he mentions the word black, he goes, "You can't say that." Lewis will be laughing. Lewis knows what I mean. The first black sheriff in the West. So where are we? My review for this one. First time watching this one today, and wow, what a superb movie. Had me howling from the off, and certainly goes where no comedy could go today for fear of offending the snowflakes. This movie is wrong on every single level, and for that I absolutely loved it. Nobody is safe in this movie, from black people, women, the Irish, German Nazis, Hitler himself, the KKK, and the Irish. I don't know why I've said Irish twice, to name a few. Absolutely brilliant from start to finish, and one I'm sure will be right up there as a firm favourite of mine over time. Letterboxd rating, guys, I gave that one a solid 4 out of 5. Like I say, next to, I think, one other one I watched out of the 9, my favourite of the weekly, we'll say weekly watches. I can't say my favourite of my recent watches, that doesn't sound right, but certainly up there as one of my favourites that I've watched this past week. So absolutely loved it. I have also over there got Spaceballs, which is also a Mel Brooks movie, which I haven't seen before. So that one has made it onto the shortlist pile for watching this coming week. So there we go, guys. That was the second of the watches, Blazing Saddles. And next, let's have a look. Next was, thanks to Ash, this one, he gave me a heads up, a really good price on eBay. Section 2 Video Nasty from 1981, and that is Night School, which over here in the UK was known as Terror Eyes. So you may have seen me mention this one on the dedicated Video Nasty pickup video that I did recently. But yeah, gave that one a watch. So Night School from 1981. So that's that one. Synopsis: a Boston police detective investigates a series of gruesome decapitations of various college coeds committed by a helmeted black, you can't say that, black leather clad serial killer. I'm going to stop saying that, so you get the gist. But yeah, that's the synopsis, my review for this one, guys. First time watch of this, at the time, Section 2 Video Nasty. This one is an American slasher mixed with giallo type vibes. We have a leather clad motorbike riding, all in black, knife wielding killer. And as with a lot of giallos, we're thrown red herrings in an attempt to throw us off the scent as to who the killer is. Whilst this is a fun giallo type slasher, it is predictable, and pretty much all the kills and decapitations are implied off screen. For me, that really detracted. It probably lost a star, a star overall on for my particular rating on this one. If I'm watching a horror, I want to see, the gore and the kills in all of their gory goodness, let's say. Doing kills off camera and, spurting blood just to indicate that somebody's been slashed or whatever just doesn't do it for me. I think it's a lazy filmmaking, but, that's just my opinion. Overall, a decent little slasher, slightly let down by the predictability of who the killer was and the weak ending. Watch this via the newly released Warner Archives Blu-ray, which is the one that I've shown you there, which was lovely picture quality but non-existent for extras. You know, don't get me wrong, the main thing is being able to see the movie in high quality. You know, maybe the likes of Second Sight and Arrow and 88 Films spoil us with all the extras. But, you know, I do get to the stage where, you know, if I enjoy a movie, I like to watch the extras afterwards, see what the, you know, the directors, the actors, actresses have all got to say about, you know, putting the film together, their experiences, shorts from the same directors and making of, all that sort of thing. And there was nothing whatsoever on that Warner Archives Blu-ray apart from the film itself. So, you know, I was a bit disappointed in that respect, but it is what it is. Non-existent for extras, fully uncut apparently, although as I said initially, no idea why or what would have been cut originally, seeing as all of the kills pretty much were off camera. So rating wise, I gave that a 3 out of 5. Certainly not the worst Video Nasty I've seen, but a long way from being up there for me as top tier Video Nasty. So that was Night School, aka Terrorise, from 1981. Next up, I gave Lewis the choice last weekend. Said to him, let's have a movie night, get us a couple of beers in, we'll sit and watch a film together. Couldn't persuade him to watch a horror, most disappointed. But to be fair, all credit to him, he chose an absolute banger. I've seen this several times since it came out in, where are we, 2017. And for me, it's probably up there as one of my favourites, if not my favourite modern action film. Like I say, from modern day times. Edgar Wright's Baby Driver. So there we go. There's that one. Sure, most people all know Baby Driver, but if you don't, very short synopsis on this one. After being coerced into working for a crime boss, a young getaway driver finds himself taking part in a heist doomed to fail. And my review for this one. Seen this one several times over the years, and honestly, it just gets better and better with every watch. Pretty much movie perfection for me, this one. The perfect action movie with so many memorable sequences and quotable lines to boot. One of the best soundtracks I've ever heard on a movie, and Edgar Wright's direction to sequence the beats in line with the action is sheer perfection. If you've seen the movie, guys, you'll know exactly what I mean by that. So, great cast of characters, and for me, one of the best, if not the best, modern action movie of this generation. And I rated that my favourite of the week, 4.5 stars out of 5. So, there we go, guys. That's Baby Driver from 2017. Right, next up, for the ladies, bit of slurpy slurp action. Oh dear, lovely. Right, next up, one very kindly sent through to me by fellow Lord of Darkness, Ash. So thank you very much, Ash. The Banana Splits movie, and that's a movie from 2019. So good old bit of animatronics action. So there we go. There's Banana Splits. And the synopsis for that one. Right, a boy named Harley and his family attend a taping of the Banana Splits show, which is supposed to be a fun-filled birthday for young Harley and business as usual for Rebecca, the producer of the series. But things take an unexpected turn and the body count quickly rises. Can Harley, his mum and their new pals safely escape? And my review for this one, guys. Second time watching this one since its release in 2019, and had just as much fun watching it as the first time around. Switch your brain off for an hour and a half and enjoy animatronic animals tearing shit up on a film set. Your usual group of mostly annoying individuals pitch up to watch a live airing of their favourite TV show. Something goes wrong with the animatronics programme and mayhem ensues. Predictable but super fun throughout, with some excellent practical effect deaths and some pretty decent gore to boot. Ignore the negative reviews of this one and just enjoy it for the super fun movie that it is. Certainly better than Five Nights at Freddy's, and yes, they leave it open for a sequel, which I hope we'll get to see at some point in the future. And I rate that one a solid 3.5 out of 5. Like I say, probably not quite as good as Willy's Wonderland with Nick Cage for, if we're talking animatronics movies. Not that there's a lot of them out there, but for me it goes Willy's Wonderland at the top, closely followed by the Banana Splits movie, and then somewhere down there Five Nights at Freddy's. I wasn't a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, but again, it's one of those that divides opinion. So that was the Banana Splits movie. Right, next up, I need to superimpose this one by the power of video editing. So the next movie that I watched was from 1974, and it was Paching. There we go. The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. Again, another Section 2 video nasty. Kudos, I can't remember who it was, but somebody on the Mondo Rock Facebook group posted that it was on the Talking Pictures channel coming up on Sky and Virgin. Thankfully, that's a channel, until I cancel my TV licence next month, that I have currently got access to. So I set that one to record. It is one that I'd seen before, but I wanted to give another watch to. It isn't one that I've got currently in my Video Nasties collection. So recorded that one off Talk Pictures TV and gave it a watch. So the synopsis for this one, guys, like I say, 1974, directed by, is it Jorge Grau? Probably completely butchered that name. They tampered with nature, now they must pay the price. When a series of murders hits the remote English countryside, a detective suspects a pair of travellers when it is actually the work of the undead. Jarred back to life by an experimental ultrasonic radiation machine used by the Ministry of Agriculture to kill insects. So, where are we? Here we go. My review for this one, guys. Second time watching this original Section 2 video nasty. And again, it's improved further on a second watch. Great zombie movie, clearly inspired by George A. Romero and Night of the Living Dead, but for me, delivers that little bit more. Produced in 1974, this movie fits perfectly between Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. Directed by Spanish director Jorge Grau, or however you pronounce his name. Perfectly overdubbed in English. Probably one of the best movies that's a foreign movie that they've dubbed in English. It is faultless for the dubbing. This movie is filmed out and about in the British countryside and the city of Manchester. This film still looks superb and has great camera work throughout, excellent kills and gore throughout, and very suspenseful and terror-inducing from start to finish. Highly recommended if you like your old school, slow-paced zombie movies. And I rated that one a 4 out of 5. Probably out of the video nasties that I've watched recently, that one's up there currently as one of my favourites. And like I say, it's moving up the ranks on each rewatch. Absolutely loved it. If you haven't checked it out, The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, then get on it, guys. It's an absolutely brilliant watch. Really enjoyed that one. So next up, we have from 2009. We have Exam. So there we go, guys. That's that one. And the synopsis for this one. 8 talented candidates have reached the final stage of selection to join the ranks of a mysterious and powerful corporation. Entering a windowless room where an armed guard keeps watch, they are given 80 minutes to answer one simple question. And my review for this one, guys. Haven't seen this one for a good few years, so thought it time I got it rewatched and a review sorted. Decent little British psychological thriller horror from 2010. 8 candidates applying for one corporate high-profile position, but with a difference. They are locked in the room where there are no laws, an exam paper with no question, and they have to find the answer. As you can imagine, all 8 personalities clash. There is arrogance, betrayal, and those that will stop at nothing to win the role. No holds barred psychological thriller with a very good twist. Spoiler free, guys. I won't say what the twist was, but if you get the opportunity to give this one a watch, then it's not stupidly gory, but it was a really good watch. If you like the likes of The Cube, then I'd say that you'll get on well with this one. Just over an hour and a half. This is well paced and doesn't outstay its welcome. And again, like I say, if you're a fan of the likes of the original Cube, then you'll enjoy this movie. And I rated that one a 3 out of 5. So that was Exam from 2009. 2 more to go, guys, so should be able to keep this under half an hour, all being well. Probably the most obscure watch of the week, this one, and it is The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot from 2018. So I posted, I think, I tuned in briefly to Ollie's birthday live stream in the week, just before I was about to start watching this one, and I posted in the comments that I'm not going to be on for long because I'm going to watch this, and there was a few comments about it. I think Jodie said, "Oh, looking forward to hearing how you get on with that one because I've heard good things about it." Yeah, The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot, probably the most bizarre title of the week, I would suggest. So that's that one, and the synopsis for this one done by Robert. Oh, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. I think he's Polish, so he ends with a ski. We'll just say that. And his first name's Robert. 2018, decades after serving in World War II and assassinating Adolf Hitler, a legendary American war veteran must now hunt down the fabled Bigfoot. And my review for this one, guys. Completely different to what I was expecting this one. Went into it thinking it would be a Kingsman style all action movie, but what it actually was a well filmed and directed story that concentrated more on the main character than either the killing of Hitler or Bigfoot, as you'd expect from the title. Very well told, slow burn, but you really do end up appreciating and caring for the main character. Like I say, completely not what I was expecting at all from the title. If you're expecting batshit crazy and over-the-top action, then this definitely won't scratch that itch for you. However, if you want a very well-told story, something that's filmed well and looks good, and a character that you want to learn the backstory of and actually care for, then this movie certainly does deliver. So, for me, this was more of a, it was more of a drama. It was a heartwarming drama. From that title, like I say, I brought it probably a year ago thinking, wow, that sounds absolutely batshit. It's going to be a low budget B movie, absolutely bonkers. But I put it on, it was a heartwarming drama. And for me, I actually enjoyed it. So if you're on the fence with this one and you're thinking, oh no, it's going to be, you know, your typical cheesy low budget B movie, honestly, guys, it is not like that at all. It was absolutely brilliant. And, you know, for me, I don't generally do heartwarming dramas, but I absolutely loved it. I actually gave a shit about the character. The old guy that plays the part of the World War II veteran, I could almost imagine Clint Eastwood playing that role. You've seen him in the likes of Gran Torino and The Mule, and the old guy in this film reminded me very much of Clint Eastwood in those particular roles. So honestly, I can't recommend the movie highly enough. Please do not judge it on the title alone. It offers a whole lot more. You know, like I say, the killing of Hitler is very briefly shown at the start, and then through flashbacks as the movie develops further on, it does show you a bit more as to what happened, and go into a bit more detail as to the guy's backstory. But it is almost it's a heartwarming drama with some like love interest elements as well. Normally, if somebody said to me, you know, that sort of description, I'd stay well clear of it. But honestly, guys, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So, you know, from a blood and gore horror connoisseur like myself, to give a movie like that so much praise, it is worth checking out, guys. So get on it. Right, the last one. I could talk about that movie all day. Let's say absolutely brilliant. I rated that one 3.5 out of 5. I'd probably push it to a 3.74, or maybe on a second watch even up to a 4. So, and the last one. Watched this one last night. I had really high hopes for this one, and it really disappointed. It is Colin from 2008. Like I say, had really high hopes for this one. I hadn't seen a trailer for it, but I'd seen people talk about it as a zombie movie from the zombies' perspective. So I do love a good zombie movie. So like I say, I did have high hopes for it. So there's Colin. Great cover. We'll say no more. The synopsis for this one, it's a movie directed by Mark Price. Believe it or not, guys, I actually looked into this afterwards. That movie was filmed on a budget of £45. So it says, if you click on IMDb, if you look at the trailer, it says this movie was filmed on a budget of $70, I think it was, which at the time equate. Why did I point to the DVD then? That's, oh, fuck's sake. Anyway, yeah, equates to £45. Bloody hell, crazy. But if you hear what I've got to say about the film, you'll probably understand why. Synopsis. Our hero Colin is... Oh, my iPad, 1 second. Our hero Colin is bitten by a zombie. He dies and returns from the dead. We follow him as he wanders through suburbia during the throes of a cadaverous apocalypse. Okay, needless to say, I haven't got that word in my review. So my review goes for this one, guys. First time watching this one, didn't know anything about it apart from it being a zombie movie of sorts. By all accounts, this movie was made on a budget of just £45, and as much as I want to praise what they managed, it's a tough one to try and praise in much depth. This movie is very much a different take on the zombie. Oh my god! Glad I'm getting half an hour in. I need caffeine. never a video of mine without a fuck up, is it? So this movie is very much a different take on the zombie genre. We follow Colin, who has become infected, and pretty much all the scenarios from there on in are from Colin's viewpoint. Certain elements of this movie are done well. There's some decent gore, but overall this movie is way too slow and lacks any kind of story that will keep your attention. Many of the scenes are without context and are padded out way too long with frustratingly shaky camera work. Apart from Colin's character, there is no character development and next to no dialogue from anybody else in this movie. For me, this might have worked better as a 20-minute short, but sorry, not for 97 minutes. Overall, an interesting take, but super niche this one, and probably won't be for 95% of the people that give it a go. And that's, I rated a 2 out of 5. Like I say, very slow, massively different from any other kind of zombie movie that I've seen previously. I love the idea of it being a movie that's done from the point of view of the zombie himself. But if you watch this film, it just doesn't work the way that they've done it. It just slowly plods from one scene to another. You have lots of scenes where they seem to go on for a good 5-10 minutes just with no dialogue whatsoever. It's just like a group of zombies attacking 2 or 3 people, and they're all shouting and screaming, and the zombies are moaning and all that sort of thing. And there's no dialogue, there's no character development. And then, you know, old Colin plods off and he goes into another building and something else happens for an overly long amount of time, again with no dialogue, and it's just rinse and repeat. I've seen a lot of movie shorts over the years, and like I say, I think that would have worked better probably as a 15-20 minute short rather than trying to produce an hour and a half feature length film like they attempted but failed. So there we go, just my opinion. Other people might enjoy it, but I'll be surprised if any of you have actually seen it, and if you have, I'll be even more surprised if you actually enjoyed it. But do let me know. Same as anything here, guys, that I've watched over the last week. Let me know in the comments if you're particular fans of those, how you rated them, etc. Always nice to have that interaction with you guys in the comments. So there we go, guys, that's my video for today. Probably later on in the week I've got a HMV order about to drop. Sod's Law, they've dispatched it in several parcels rather than one, which is how I placed the order. So as and when all of those come through, I'll be doing a haul video for those. And if you saw my Blu-ray haul video earlier on in the week, I'm going back to the chap over the weekend and buying some more Blu-ray box sets from him, so there'll be a video upcoming showcasing those as well. So there we go, guys, that's my video for today, just over half an hour, all caught up with my recent watches. So as always, guys, please remember to like, comment and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll be back later on in the week with another video. Bye for now, guys.